Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this session, we are going to discuss about nested if and ladder if in C language. If you are seeing this video first time, please subscribe my channel and share it to your friends. Welcome back to our channel. Now let us enter into the subject nested if and ladder if statements in C language. Nested if. If within another if is known as nested if. Placing one if inside of another if statement is called as nested if. If the outer if is true, then only it checks the inner if. If the outer if is false, automatically the control moves to the else part of the if statement. Nested if is useful when multiple conditions are to be tested one after another. That means if the first condition is true and you need to check the second condition. If the second condition is true and then you need to check the third condition and so on. If you want to check one condition after another condition on the true values, we use nested if. You consider the simple syntax and flow diagram of nested if statement. In the examination point of view also, syntax and flow diagrams are very important. You consider if statement. If condition 1. If this condition 1 is true, then only it enters into the if part, that is true part. If part is nothing but true part. So this is the first if part. If this condition 1 is true, then only it enters into the if part. In this if part, again I am checking condition 2. If the condition 2 is also true, then it executes the innermost true part. If the second condition is false, it executes else part inside of the if statement. Okay, what happens if condition 1 is false? If condition 1 is false, then it moves to else part of outer if. Else part of outer if. We call it as nested if. One if within another if. You see, the second condition is placed inside of the first condition. You call it as nested if. We consider the simple flow diagram for this nested if statement. Condition 1. If the condition 1 is true, then control moves in the right hand side direction and checking the second condition. If the second condition is also true, then condition moves in the left hand side direction and executing the statement 2 part, and then it is coming out. If the condition 1 is false, then it is not entering into the true part, it is coming outside of the else part, that is false part. It is coming out and executing the statement 3 block and coming out of the if block. If the condition 1 is true and condition 2 is false, condition 1 is true and condition 2 is false, then it is executing statement 1 part. You consider simple example. Nested if and ladder if. stdio.h, conio.h, void main. So standard input output header file, console input output header file, main is also included. Variables A, B, C are 3 integer variables. CLR, SCR. Enter any 3 numbers. Reading the 3 numbers with the help of %d, %d, ampersand A, ampersand B, ampersand C. After reading 3 variables, I am comparing. If A is greater than B, if A is greater than B, for example, imagine I am giving the values 4 to 9. 4 for A and 2 for B and 9 for C. I am giving the values 4 to 9. 4 to A, 2 to B and 9 to C. So A greater than B, I am asking A greater than B. A means 4, B is 2. Condition true or false? 4 greater than 2. Condition is true. Then it enters into the second if, that is true part. In the true part we have second if condition. Is A greater than C? Is A greater than C? A value is 4, C value is 9. A value is 4, C value is 9. 4, 9. Condition true or false? Condition false. 4 greater than 9. Condition false. False means it comes to the else part. What is there in the else part? Printf backslash n C is big. So it will print output C is big. This is the simple example for if else statement or ladder if statement. Now we are going to consider if else statements also. If statement, simple if statement, and is a simple if else statement. Already I have explained in my previous video. The link is providing in the description box. You please refer that video also. If you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe my channel. And now we are checking the if else statement syntax. If else if is also known as ladder if because it looks like a ladder. So yeah, when we use if else if, when you want to check one condition if the first condition is false. If you want to check another condition if the first condition is false, we call it as if else if. It is also known as ladder if. It is an extension to the simple if else statement. When we want to use multiple else if blocks, we use if else statement. It is to check different conditions one after another one. So if the first condition is false, it is coming to the else part, and the first condition is false, and again you want to check the second condition. Like that, we are checking one condition after another condition if the condition is false. We use if else if. Consider simple syntax and flow diagram for if else if statement. Condition 1. If the condition 1 is true, it is entering into the true part. If the condition 1 is false, it is coming to else part, and it is checking the condition 2. If the condition 2 is true, then it is checking the statements part. If the second condition is also false, that means it is coming to the else part. And checking another condition, if condition, else if. You simply call it as else if. Condition 3. If the condition is true, condition 3 is true, it executing these statements. If the condition 3 is also false, then it is executing the last else part statement. It looks like ladder. So one step after another step. So that's why it is also known as ladder if statement. If else is also known as ladder if statement. Consider the flow diagram for ladder if. You see condition 1. If the condition 1 is false, it is checking condition 2. If the condition 2 is also false, then it is checking condition 3 and so on. So we call it as ladder if. It looks like a ladder, step by step it is checking. Simply it is known as ladder if. Ladder if is also known as if else if. Previous same example you can explain for if else if statement or nested if statement. Once again I am referring that example. You see here, if else if. The same example can be considered for nested if as well as ladder if. Thank you.